The year is 1915. The place, Eastern Poland. The fortress of Osowiec stands defiant as the Germans advance. It's an old Russian stronghold, nestled in the Bibra marshes, practically surrounded, bombarded and worn thin. Its defenders have little more than rusted rifles and raw determination. The Germans want it gone, and they're willing to test a new weapon to do it. One of the most terrifying weapons of the new century, chlorine gas. As the green-yellow clouds creep across no man's land, the Russians in the fortress look on in horror as death itself seems to seep into the trenches, into their lungs and eyes. The wind, it seems, is against them, carrying the deadly gas their way. Few of the Russian soldiers have gas masks. Those that do are crude or non-existent. This should be the end of it. Over 2,000 Russian soldiers fall, choking, blinded, their flesh burning from the inside out. When the smoke clears, the Germans advance. They're confident, clean in their gas hoods, expecting to find corpses, maybe a few wounded soldiers. What they do not expect to find is this. Out of the smoke comes the Russians. Their tattered uniforms soaked in blood and bile. Their faces are blackened and blistered. Some are missing pieces of skin. Others cough up parts of their own lungs as they charge. They don't look like soldiers. They look like corpses animated by rage alone. And then they fire, they stab, they roar. The Germans, trained soldiers, drop their rifles and flee in terror, stumbling over each other in a rout. The sight of these barely alive Russians, dying yet unstoppable, has shattered their nerve. The Russian survivors, no more than 100 men, hold the line that day. But the fortress is abandoned a few weeks later. The legend of the attack lives on. It becomes known as the Attack of the Dead Men. Not because the soldiers are ghosts, but because for a moment they may as well have been. And so, this is the story of the day. German soldiers, terrified, fled from the living dead.